We did it, San Antonio. We survived the 2021 snowpocalypse. This past week, the great state of Texas experienced a winter storm that left around 70,000 people without power. Around 14 million, y'all, with running water issues. And sadly, and kind of the most unfortunate of all, several deaths and several just really, really sad, unfortunate stories. Man, some of the stuff that happened to some of these people and these families are just terrible, no matter which way you want to say it. It was just really, really sad. But something that I feel is completely unforgettable and completely amazing was how the community reacted, how the community came together, how the community just was the most San Antonio I have ever seen. So many small businesses, organizations, and creatives stepped up to the plate and kind of took this winter storm and their surrounding communities and really, really did some amazing things. So this episode of Doing Something San Antonio, I wanted to thank those people and just highlight those people that really decided to make the winter storm less about them and more about the community and how they could help. So first and foremost, shout out to all of these small businesses that were open, trying to open, communicating continuously of when they're opening, what hours they were opening. I did a whole post about those businesses that were open and when you can reach them and what streets they were located on so that you can find them easier. But just to name a few, shout out to Hash, because I fucking love Hash. I've worked with them before and they're just dope. Al Carbon. I always want to say like carbon because that's like a bad word or whatever. We waited 3 hours, 3 hours to get some food, but it was worth every single bite. Tio's Tex-Mex, I know there was Gino's, Costa Pacifica, Kibachi Grill, Time for Lunch. There was just a whole big list of small businesses in the community that were open, and to me that was just such a huge because gosh y'all, it was chaos. It was chaos. Now I want to jump into some of my favorite people, some of the most consistent people, some of the most reliable people I felt through this snowpocalypse. So let's jump into those. Shout out to Roy from The Carpenter's Apprentice. His news coverage of this whole winter storm was just awesome. From weather updates to grocery updates to businesses in the South Side that were doing donations for those in need, shelter updates. Overall, The Carpenter's Apprentice and their non-stop coverage of this winter storm was just awesome. I knew going on my feed that I could count on them for any type of resource I needed, and it was there and it was reliable, and I think that's the best part about it. A huge shout out as well to Angel from Southside. She was also doing a lot of coverage, actual interviews from food donations that she was dropping off, a whole bunch of weather updates, just really, really good quality, much needed resources, and she was there and she delivered, and I think that's amazing. Huge shout out to Clint from Bodyles with Values. He just came in so clutch with the laughs, the kind of just fun little jokes that I feel we all needed so much, because man, it was literally dark, pun intended. It was dark, it was snowy, it was scary, and I remember watching his TikTok, which was probably the funniest thing that I needed, and it was just great. Shout out to you, Clint. Keep up your humor, keep up everything. Your fucking aura just shines so bright. And lastly, a shout out to Eric J. Velasquez. He honestly was just so clutch. He was constantly updating trash updates, water updates, VIA, which is our bus system, what was going on with them. Literally, it just was so consistent and reliable. I knew if I needed to find something, I could go to Eric and he was there. So huge shout out to you as well, Eric. Overall, San Antonio was hit pretty dang hard by the snowpocalypse. I can say that now with the beautiful sun shining in my face, and life is really, really starting to look up and a little bit better. But I just really wanted to take this episode of Doing Something San Antonio just to thank and appreciate and just show my gratitude to those peeps in the community that just really, really took it upon themselves and spread information and just tried their best to just be the smile at the end of someone's day or the resource that some of us needed. So I hope you all are safe. I hope you all are warm. I hope we can all look back on the snowpocalypse and just take the silver lining and find the happiness in it all. So till the next time, you guys.